are live. What's going on, everyone? Thank you all so much for tuning in this time. Everybody that's here, greatly appreciate it. Anybody watching the replay, thank you so much. Don't like the video and subscribe to the channel. Great game, right? I mean, Lakers did what they were supposed to do, went out there, got the job done, handled business against the Dallas Mavericks. I mean, again, you can clock which games the Lakers are going to win and not, right? Like, I mean, it's you can set your watch to it, right? Lakers play a bad team, Lakers are going to get the W. Lakers play a good team, that's where the struggles and issues and concerns kind of come into place. But hopefully the Lakers are able to kind of get some rest. Hopefully get stay active, get some work in and stuff. But I think that the All-Star break rest is going to be really good for this Lakers team. I think it's going to really help this Lakers team. Guys can get healthy and get right. I mean, even Luke and LeBron, I know that they're going to play in the All-Star game, but again, that's not like a real NBA game, right? So, they should be able to be all right. And, and then hopefully we can kind of ride into the second half. Every year Lakers usually make that second half push. Usually you hear LeBron even say all the time, like, we're going to treat every game like a playoff game. We're going to really get after it and stuff. And hopefully the Lakers do, because we need a good push in that second half. Lakers are in good shape. I mean, they're game and a half, 2 games back of the 3 seed. So they're still right in the mix of everything. Lakers go and handle business and do what they're supposed to do in the second half. They could be a top 3 seed in the league, which would be great. Like I've said, just as long as the Lakers are a top 4 seed, that's all I really want. Just have home court in the first round. And then I believe the Lakers would get out of the first round. And then from there, it's just kind of, how far can they go? How far can they get? But solid game all around. Obviously, LeBron was spectacular this game. He had it going. He had it going early. Ended up giving you a triple-double, 28, 10, and 12. 1 block, 4 turnovers. Like I said, ideally I want that 2-3 range. Ideally, we start getting into the 4 range, but I'll take that given, he had 12 assists, right? So, no complaints there in that regard. But other than that, Lakers did a good job of taking care of the basketball. Second most turnovers was Reeves with 2, which is good. And even he had a really good game in kind of his minute restriction. 5 of 10, 1 of 3 from 3. He missed 2 free throws, right? He's usually automatic on that. 4 rebounds, 6 assists, which again was good. Marcus Smart, shooting wise, he was 4 of 14, 1 of 9 from 3. He could not shoot the ball to save his life this game, but 6 assists, 2 rebounds, steal, a block, did his thing. Jake LaRavia was 4 of 6 from the field, 0-1 from 3, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Again, solid game from him. Rui, 9 of 13, 3 of 4 from 3. He is another guy that had it going early. Oh shoot, hang on a second. I need to plug my computer in real quick. And with me for a second. It's about to die. Don't want to lose everybody. I just started. But again, Rui, I thought had a really nice game. I thought Rui, again, just getting those open looks and being able to knock them down with consistency. Who's been a real revelation, and I definitely will have a video about him probably tomorrow. Luke Kennard, man, he's been so good. Genuinely, he's been so good for this Lakers team, right? And it's not just the scoring and the shooting. Obviously, again, 50%, only 2 threes. I'd like him to get more 3-point attempts, but his ability to make plays, his ability to make reads, his ability to get to the basket, his ability to knock down the mid-range, his ability, defensively, he's been really good for us, right? For a guy that isn't really known for his defensive side, he's kind of known as just this shooter, and he's been really good, genuinely. He's been very good, very active. He's somebody that, again, we need to keep around. I said when we traded for him that I like the trade and acquisition, especially to turn Gabe into him. I think it was worth the second, that's for sure. But also, like I talked about when we got him, is that he's not just a guy for this season, right? It's a guy that you can have beyond this season. It's a guy that you can have and kind of keep around, keep in your, as a foundation piece going forward, because he is still on the right side of 30. So again, he's a guy, and his skill set, he's he could probably play another 10 years if you wanted to. So he's just a guy that was really good. He gave us 9 points, 7 rebounds, rebound like a madman this game. 3 assists, a steal, no turnovers, which is the key because he was running the offense at times because they kept trying to trap Austin Reeves and try to get the ball out of his hands. And, he was doing a really good job as just that initiator and whatnot. Jared Vanderbilt had a really great game. He was great defensively as well as rebounding the basketball, doing the dirty work, doing the hustle plays. He also hit a 3, which was nice. Max Kleba going 2 or 3 from the field. Again, another kind of solid game in his limited minutes. Adu Thero gave us another bucket. I love seeing it. All the garbage time minutes, all that. I would have liked to see maybe a little more of the young guys. I get Lakers wanted to get this win. I get Lakers wanted to, they wanted to make sure that they finish this on a high note, but I do think you could have squeezed in some of the young guys, Adu Thero, right? Bronny James, it would have been nice to kind of reward him for his previous game. Kobe Buffkin, again, you brought him in as an acquisition. I know he's more of a long-term piece. I know he's more looked at as like a long-term answer, but still, it's like you couldn't have got him 10 minutes just to see, right? Like give him some level of consistency. But this is also why, like people wanted Cam and all these other guys. It's like, how much were they going to play? Right? Kobe Buffkin, again, it gives you a guy that's kind of a more long-term answer, a more long-term piece that you're looking to grow and develop while also, he doesn't, he's just happy to be here type thing. But it'd be nice to kind of get him some real, meaningful minutes and whatnot, meaningful run. But anyway, good game, good win. I'll gladly take it. That's how you need to handle these bad teams, these poor teams. And now we get to kind of reset here a little bit, get into the All-Star break, take a breather. Lakers still have 3 games at home left. So I need, at least 2 out of those 3. So that way you finish 5-3 on the homestand. So then you're, 5-3 on the road trip, 5-3 on the homestand. Start, staying above 500 where the Lakers are going back and forth, at 500. Those are things that I want to see. But anyway, let's get into all these super chat questions, all the regular chat questions, all that stuff. Also, I'll get a couple live streams in. And I've had people be like, dude, you got to still stream when we get to the All-Star break, which I will get a couple just streams in where we just, talk about kind of what we want for second half and hopefully maybe another buyout, things like that. So definitely look forward to those. Real quick, hit that like button for me, hit that subscribe button for me, and let's dive right into it. So, Cypher, coming out the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. How about Hayes running into the NBA 2K servers on the fast break of the first quarter? Yeah, he's dude, that one where he just like plowed into the thing and he just like stood there like he's been really good this year for the Lakers. Like genuinely, he's somebody that I think they'll stick around. Right? Like I've talked about, I kind of do the same thing you did this past offseason where, you kind of give him a little bit of a bump. So that way, if you need to trade him, you can, right? Like, Lakers gave him, like he was like $2 million more than what his vet minimum would have been, but it gave you that tradable asset, the tradable piece, if you needed it. Kind of same thing. I'd probably, bump him up to maybe in like that 7 million range, where if he continues to be good, then it's like, hey, it's worth it. Here's your, you were rewarded for it. But if we need to at the deadline or something like, man, we really need to get another piece or something like that, you can go and do that. Go get that other piece. But he's been really good this year, and him and Luka's relationship, their connection, and another thing, I actually have it on a list of videos that I wanted to make. Probably make that one for more As It Stands Lakers rather than this channel. But I'd like to see him run a little more actions to where he gets some more threes, right? Like he's 2 of 2 on the season. He's taken 2 threes and he's made both of them. So, and he was somebody that can knock down the 3 ball in New Orleans. So, obviously he is that high flyer, that guy. I don't want him taking 10 threes a game. I want him to continue to play the way that he has been playing, but I wouldn't mind like on occasion, because a lot of times he is leaked out, out on the perimeter, and it's like you can get him the opportunity. So, yeah, it just, again, Jackson Hayes, I'm excited. I'm not going to lie. I'm excited to see him in the dunk contest, like genuinely. So it's going to be interesting. I'll have to get a video up on that too. Cause it'd be kind of fun to talk about, kind of Jackson Hayes in the in that. Again, probably another video for more as it stands Lakers, but appreciate you, Cypher. Seriously, thank you. Binti, coming out $2 super chat. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Imagine Luke Kennard gets Marcus Smart's shots. I mean, yeah, especially 14. Luke Kennard would be the leading scorer on the Lakers. Right? Luke Kennard getting 14 shots a game and 9 of them are threes. That's what I want him to be. I want him to be at around 9. Give me 8 or 9 threes a game from Kennard. You know, I know it's hard at times because teams are like glued to him where, you know, a lot of times teams will just kind of let Marcus Smart shoot. But I want to see Kennard get a little more aggressive, right? I'm hoping second half of the season, they'll kind of, you know, I get he doesn't want to take bad shots. You know, it's the high IQ thing, right? Like, you know, I want to make the right read. I want to make the right play. I want to take the right shot. But like I've talked about, I would rather him be 40. I'd rather him be 38% from 3-point range on 8 attempts than him be 50% on, you know, 2 attempts, 3 attempts, right? I'd rather him be 38% on 8 attempts than 60% on 3 attempts, right? Like, you know, so because he'd be making more threes, he'd be giving us more production. But he's been really good, right? Like I have no complaints about him. That was a great pickup and acquisition. You know, a lot of people were kind of on the fence, and I was somebody that was really like, I was like, no, I think this is a great pickup. I think this is a great acquisition. I'm glad that he's been able to win some fans over and stuff like that. But I'd like to see him kind of continue to be a little more aggressive. You know, it seems like he's starting to get a little more in his comfort zone, which I like, which is good. But need him to keep that up. But anyway, appreciate you for the super chat. Thank you so much. All right, let's get into the regular chat. So some more trickle in. Luke impressed me. 100. Also, another game where not one young guy played. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I would like to see the Lakers again. Like you brought in Kobe Buffkin. Like, can we see him? Right? I know he didn't have the best first game, but like he also got thrusted into the fire as like your starting point guard and primary ball handler. And you know, like what does he look like with the actual like rotation guys and players and stuff like that? I'd like to see kind of what he could bring this team, if anything, at least during the regular season. You know, it's a long season still, right? Like once you get to playoffs and you shorten your rotation, things get a little tighter, sure, right? Like I understand him not playing, but you know, a dude Theoro, guys like that, I'd like to see them little run. I'm not saying you have to play them 30 minutes, but you know, can you squeeze in 10 minutes for these guys, or at least, you know, give Theoro 10 minutes one night and Buffett, like whatever, just kind of get these guys some reps, get these guys some opportunities and stuff. It'd be nice to see. But also Luke Kennard, I mean, he's been great, man. He really has. Again, just to add another valuable rotation player is huge for this team, right? Huge. And a guy that has playoff experience is going to be comfortable in the playoffs. Like that is, again, that could be the difference between you winning a series or not, you know? Let's go, let's go, Tyler. Great win. Didn't like how we closed it at half, but we pulled away when needed to. Got some good vibes going into the All-Star break. But, bro, I know it's new, but JJ, play Luke more. Yeah, I mean, first off, great win. Lakers do love to play with the food a little bit, which is one of those things a little frustrating. It's like, come on, man, like this game should have been over at halftime, and instead you kind of let them hang around. But, again, take the win. They locked down. They did what they were supposed to do and got the dub. So can't be too mad about it. Luke Kennard, JJ's starting to play him a little more, right? He's starting to get more comfortable. He's starting to get more acclimated. He played just under 18 minutes this game. Like I said, I want him in that like 15 to 20 minute range on many nights. I wouldn't mind if you bumped him up to 22 minutes, somewhere like that, especially the defense side. I even made the argument about starting him. I don't even hate the idea of starting him, right? Like, especially in the starting unit, like once Reeves gets injected in the starting unit and people were like, who's going to play defense? Like, again, Lakers, so you can have Marcus Smart in the starting unit. Like, I'd rather have a Luke who is playing both offense and defense, right? Like, yeah, this Lakers team, if they're going to win and go on a deep playoff run, it's going to be on their offense, right? It's going to be, they're basically looking to do what Denver did in 2023, where Denver was the worst defense in the playoffs, but they were so good offensively, nobody could keep up. And they just ran through everybody. Like that's what they are looking to do. That's what the hope is. So to me, it's just like lean into it. I hope for a good Tyler rant before the All-Star break. Probably there was nothing really crazy to rant about, unfortunately. But Luke needed more run in the fourth. Yeah, I mean, I would have liked to see him out there a little more, but I imagine he'll start to get injected more as we progress. Luke especially, man, yeah, he's been really good for this Lakers team. He's just so poised, always makes the right reads, makes the right decisions. Right? It's like going from Gabe Vincent to Luke Kennard has been just a revelation. We still don't know how good this team will be when fully healthy, and that makes it exciting and hopeful. Yeah, look, I made a video on More As It Stands Lakers about that very thing. Talked about how we really need to get more from our big three. Like they've only played 10 games together, right? Like I want to see what can they do as a trio, right? Like we haven't had this team fully healthy for a consistent period to know, right? Like, man, that's why like so many people are like, oh, JJ and this team and all that stuff. And, I say like, don't be surprised if they're really good come playoff time. I've said that very heavily. Like, don't be shocked if this Lakers team is actually pretty good in the playoffs and stuff, right? We've been really good. I know we have our struggles against the good teams, stuff like that, but we've been a really good basketball team with injuries to our top guys pretty much all season. LeBron was out 14 games, and then he comes back, but then Luka misses time, and then he comes back, and then Reeves misses 20 games or whatever it was, right? It's like, it's hard to really assess this team wholeheartedly without really knowing, right? Without really seeing. But anyway, appreciate you. Thank you so much, Zion. Cypher coming out with another $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Seriously, I really appreciate that. Out of everyone on the bench, we have to make sure we keep Kennard, not just because of his shooting, but because of his underrated IQ. He plays smart. Yeah, 100%. He like, you have to keep him. He's just a very valuable player. His shooting, like I said, he's been good defensively. He makes the right reads. He makes the right decisions. He doesn't force stuff, which, you want usually players, you're like, hey, which again, he plays the right way, but like he is such a good shooter that you're almost like, it's okay, right? Like if you have to force a shot or two, it's okay. Right? Like there's some guys like Marcus Smart. You don't want him forcing shots, right? Like going 1-9 from 3. Like you don't want that. You want some like Luke Kennard, though. You're like, hey, like, don't like feel free to let it fly there a little bit. You know what I mean? Because he's just so good. But yeah, I mean, he's somebody that you got to keep, right? Like I've said and I've broken down, right? The Lakers are really going to be looking not so much for the bench and depth, because they have that. Most of this roster is going to be the same roster next season, right? I mean, you're going to have, Luke Kennard, right? So you're going to have Luka, Austin Reeves. You're going to have Luke Kennard. You're going to have Jake LaRavia. You're going to have Jared Vanderbilt, right? You're going to have a Dude Theroux, Bronny James, Kobe Buffkin. Who am I missing? Jackson Hayes probably stays and sticks around, right? And he's been really good for you. And then we'll see what happens with guys like Ayton and stuff. And then, so like Lakers this offseason, they're looking to get the starters, right? More likely than not, you're 3 through 5. Because, chances are that LeBron's going to end up departing in the offseason. So you're probably going to have LeBron. So you're going to have to solve your 4 spot. We already need to solve our 3 spot. And then you're looking to probably solve your 5 spot. If Ayton opts in, then maybe you kind of leave it as is or look to maybe trade him as an expiring around the deadline, kind of give him another shot. Like, what does he look like if we actually have some wing defenders and athleticism and stuff? Can he maybe improve? We'll see. But yeah, you definitely got to keep Kennard wholeheartedly. I'm right there with you. Appreciate you again, Cypher. Thank you. Mikel, coming out the $5 chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Luke demands attention, which unclogs the paint 1,000%, which allows drives for LeBron James, AR, and Luka. He's also a connector with his drive and kicks and moves off ball. Yes, he's really good at just kind of not staying in one place too long. Like you'll see him, he'll be in a spot ready, and then you'll see him, kind of move over to the front, and it'll only get better and improve more because as they start to really, get the reps in, right? Like you'll see at times it's still like they almost forget he's on the court. Like once they realize and recognize it, and once Luke realizes, like, okay, LeBron has his preference, right? He usually likes to kick out to that strong side corner because he drives weak side. So you see Rui's like always in that corner, like waiting, right? Like, you have certain guys are always in that corner, Bando, always in that corner waiting. Eventually, I think you'll see Kennard realize, like, okay, I need to shift, be in that corner. I need to be here. LeBron, okay, I know Kennard's there. Boom, let me I do expect to see Kennard be better and better as we progress throughout the season. But he's going to be so valuable, especially come playoffs, right? I mean, his real value is going to be playoff time because he's a guy that has experience. He's a guy that isn't afraid of the moment. He's a guy that can hit his shot, play his role. He's going to make the right reads. He's going to make the right plays. But like you said, he's going to unclog that paint tremendously. So you're going to be able to have times where we have Rui in one corner and then Kennard in the other corner, and Luka's going to be able to just cook. And what are you going to trap it? Okay, now you collapse, easy kick out, or if you close too hard, easy lob to Hayes or Ayton or whatever, right? Like it's going to open things up. It's going to open things up more for Ayton too, right? Like because you have those two guys out there on the corners that can shoot and stuff. It's going to be very beneficial, right? Like we'll really see, I think, his impact come playoff time. I think he's going to be a real difference maker come playoff time. But again, we still have a ways to go. Got to continue to keep doing what we need him to do. But appreciate you. Thank you so much, Mikkel. All right, let's get back to the regular chat to some more supers trickle in. Lakers, good win. I predicted a win tonight and a win versus the Clippers. And that's it for the month. Hopefully I'm wrong. Keep up good content. Lakers are odd kind of because they can beat teams, but also, is there another part to that? All Lakers need to go bare minimum 6-5 this month and take it from there. In my opinion, you are the best Lakers channel. Thank you, seriously, I appreciate that. Thank you. That's very kind. But I think there's a chance we beat anybody except for OKC, Denver, and San Antonio. Again, I mean, so again, your Lakers, I do think will be better, and they're going to win games. Right? Like you're going to win a couple games against some good teams, stuff like that. Like I trust the Lakers to kind of pick it up in the second half of the season. Usually LeBron's a little more locked in. Hopefully we can get Luka, LeBron, and Austin Reeves healthy. We were talking about earlier in the stream, right? Like we still haven't seen this team, full force for any level of consistency, right? So it's like it's hard to consistently put that together. So again, I like the only teams that I worry about once we get to the playoffs is OKC and Denver. San Antonio, I think, is a young team that is very flawed, particularly in a lot of areas that you need to be good in come playoffs. Every year you see that young team that is usually, I mean, again, OKC a couple years ago, where they were the 2 seed or whatever. And then, you had Sacramento, you have Memphis, right? You have every year you have that team that's just really good, that is just built for the regular season. Then you get to the playoffs, games are tight, right? Lakers are really good in a lot of areas that you need to be for the playoffs. Again, that doesn't mean that they're just going to run through everybody, right? Like, I'm not just as much as I think Lakers can beat anybody. I also think anybody can beat the Lakers, right? But the only teams that I look at that I'm like, I don't know if we get through them is OKC and Denver. Other than that, I think the Lakers can. And Lakers might only have to play one of them. So, Luke impressed you. He had 9 points. Reeves is the MJ of the Lakers. I know you're trolling, but like it just makes you like it's not a good troll. Again, if you're gonna troll, you can troll, like, but at least make an educated troll. There's more to the game of basketball than 9 points. Like this just makes you look casual, right? Like, it's just, again, if you're gonna troll, at least use some sense, right? Like, again, I get it. You like to troll, that's fine. Go ahead, troll, but at least take some pride in your troll. At least make the troll worth it rather than just spewing like you don't understand basketball. Like it doesn't make you look good. It just makes you look foolish to everybody. LeBron James, the oldest person to record a triple double, crazy bro. And hey, this All-Star break, Luka can work his recruiting skills once again and talk to Giannis and the perks of being a Laker. Yeah, I mean, especially Luka going from Dallas to the Lakers and kind of, oh, is he gonna even want to really be there and stuff like that? So definitely, I mean, LeBron James at this point, anything he does, he's the oldest to do it, right? Like, which is very impressive. And yes, please go check out my NBA channel. Go subscribe to the NBA channel. Posted a video today about the Bam Adebayo and Asia Wilson. There's news about them potentially leaving for Golden State, which I thought was interesting. Obviously, they're in a relationship. Go check out that video, and then I'll have a video tomorrow about Jason Tatum potentially coming back and whatnot. So, Tyler, in hindsight, who do you think we should have traded in the Luka trade instead of Max Christie? Anybody, basically anything. Max Christie's the idea. Like, I would have rather given up that other first, right? We still would have had 2 firsts going into this offseason. Like, I would have rather done something like that where, you just kind of try to work it out, whatever you got to do. I mean, Max Christie is the exact type of player this Lakers team needs. Obviously, look, you landed Luka, right? So, Lakers could have given up the other first, Austin Reeves. They could have given up everything, and it still would have been a fleece by the Lakers, right? You're talking Luka Doncic, but Max Christie's the one guy. I mean, even when the trade happened, myself and many others were like, man, I really wish we didn't lose Christie. So, yes, don't forget to hit that like button. Yes, if you haven't yet, please hit that like button for me. Hit that subscribe button for me. Lakers need to go bare minimum 6. Oh, I already got that. That was the continuation of the other one. We ain't gonna have a live stream for a while after tonight. Yeah, I will. I'll do a live stream. You deserve some rest though. I'll take the All-Star break like the players do. Take a vacation. No, I mean, one, it's like you can't. YouTube's almighty algorithm usually punishes you. I did that. Was it 2 years ago? I think it was. And also the summer I had taken off because I was like live streaming so much, and I was like live streaming like literally every day. And then I was like, all right, cool. I can kind of take a break. And man, it started doing live streams again. And it was tough. It took a little while for it to pick back up and stuff and whatnot. So, you gotta, YouTube gets you on that hold and then that's it. Like, you're stuck, you're trapped. Right. So, but no, I genuinely enjoy, I mean, look, trust me, I'm good, right? Like, I work a lot. I post videos, I get tired and stuff, but I mean, I'm complaining about my dream job, right? Like, I'll be good. I'll be fine, right? Like, even if, it's like, hey, here's a, 30-minute, like a quick little 30-minute stream or something like that. Plus, again, I like to just, again, have those conversations. I do. I love being able to just talk to you guys and brainstorm and, just have fun conversations. I do. I genuinely enjoy it. I'm very blessed. Speaking of being blessed, thank you so much. Christian, coming out the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. Only way this works long-term for the Lakers is Giannis, Luka, and 2-way players. Lakers must sell out for that. Hopefully keep Bron, but I think he's out. I think if they get Giannis, I think he's probably out unless Giannis is willing to play the 5. If Giannis goes like, hey, I'll play the 5 if LeBron stays, then I think LeBron would stay. Because otherwise LeBron would have to play the 3. And 1, that might not be good for the Lakers. 2, I just think at this stage of his career, it's so much more wear and tear on him, right? Like, because you're on the strong side of the action. So you have to constantly be active and you have to defend. And he's on the strong side a lot. But it's different when, you can see him at times kind of camp out where when you're on the strong, like, that's it. You have to constantly be active and engaged and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, basically Luka and Giannis are your two superstars, and you need like the ideal guys around them. You need two-way guys, all of that stuff. But if Giannis says like, "Hey, I'll play the 5 if LeBron stays," I could see LeBron staying. I can see LeBron taking the discount to be able to slot in, and then you have Luka at the point, LeBron at the 4, and Giannis at the 5. And then now you just go get kind of 2, 3 and D guys. Like, can you get a Keon Ellis? Right? Can you lure Keon Ellis over here? That'd be nice because then you go like Luka, Keon Ellis. Problem is, you probably be cleaned out after the Giannis move. So it's like, who can be your 3? Maybe if Laravia can improve his 3-point shot over the summer, maybe you go with him. Or maybe you can get another kind of guy. Could you get because luckily with Luka and his size, you can have him defend like mini threes and stuff like that. So you could get away with like, a Marcus Smart so you could go like Luka, Keon Ellis, Smart, LeBron and Giannis, or again, can you maybe steal an Io to Sumu, right? And maybe go Io, Keon, Luka, LeBron, and Giannis, something like that. You'd have to get creative, at least for the first year. And it also depends on, 1, how much cap space the Lakers have, and 2, can you, can you unload some guys? Or if Reeves does like something that I talked about in the video I made earlier today about this very thing, like how can you build out a roster alongside Giannis and Luka? Another thing that I mentioned is because you're probably like, Austin's probably not going to want to go to Milwaukee, so you're probably going to have to trade Milwaukee or trade Austin to get more assets and stuff. Can you maybe fill out some of your depth and stuff doing that, right? Like, can you maybe turn him into, 2 guys that make sense for you and like some assets that then you can leverage over there? So again, Lakers would have a couple options if they land Giannis. So we'll see. Again, I think it's more likely than it was at the trade deadline. I thought it was, I didn't see it realistic. I mean, nothing 0%, but like, I think it was probably close to 1%. Where now I think it's, look, if Giannis wants to be a Laker, he'll be a Laker. It's that simple. It's really up to Giannis. If Giannis wants to be a Laker, he'll be a Laker. But appreciate you. Thank you again, Christian. All right, let's get back to the chat. We ain't gonna have. Oh, I already got that one. Braun had like 11 assists with no turnovers. He got a bit sloppy at the end, but what a game for him. Yeah, like I said, I mean, he's been fantastic. He had a couple early turnovers, but for the most part, he had a couple just forced passes, trying to thread the needle and stuff like that. But again, it's okay. That comment, I can't pull that on screen, but that was funny. I wasn't expecting that. Reeves is better than MJ was at 25. He is the future of the Lakers. Clearly, he's the greatest player ever, right? Now that's how you close the game out. Good job, Lakers. Yes, absolutely. Again, got the win going into your, into the All-Star break, right? You need that kind of, again, carry some momentum in. Now you get a little bit of rest, get to kind of get yourself right. Good spot to be in. I bet the Mavs want Luke. I bet they do too. I really do. Mavs are going to end up with the number 1 pick again, aren't they? I will be pretty surprised if they don't get at least a top 3 pick in this draft, right? And obviously the record is likely going to be enough to where you can justify it. But like, I think that they're going to get, like, I wouldn't be shocked if they get the number 1 or number 2 pick in this draft, right? Like, and it's like, there you go, right? Yeah, you lost Luka, but hey, you got, whatever, AJ and Cooper to build around. We missed like 7 open layup dunks at the rim tonight. That was a bit weird. Yeah, I mean, again, there was 2. There was one that LeBron missed that, like, that guy can't get a whistle, save his life. Reeves had one that kind of overshot. Rui missed one. And who was it? Jake got the rebound and put it back in. A couple of those. Let's see. Happy Thursday. What's going on, Dana? Happy Thursday. Got another super chat. Oops, there we go. Cypher coming out with the $20 super chat. Thank you so much. Seriously, that is very, very kind of you. Luke should start over Austin. He fits better with how Luke and LeBron plays. Ayton should also come off the bench with AR, better chemistry with them, and boost the bench scoring, better balance all around as well. So I made this exact argument. Again, thank you so much for this $20 super chat. Seriously, this is very kind of you. I made this very argument for the problem is one, Reeves is probably not going to want to come off the bench. 2, his agent's probably not going to want him to come off the bench. And 3, like he is your third best player. So it's one of those things where it's like, people, Manu, but like that was just such a rare outlier. I personally agree. I do think Reeves, look, I've talked about this since the offseason, maintained it, right? Like, especially with Kennard, the problem is Luka likes to be aggressive and early, and he does that regardless, whether Reeves starts or not. Luka is going to be aggressive in the first quarter. He's leading the league in first quarter points, right? Like he wants to go and drop 30 in the first, right? And then he kind of trickles in throughout, right? So he likes to kind of set the tone early in the first quarter. So to me, it's like you're going to let him do that regardless. So just lean into it and put who's the best players around him in order to make that happen, right? Personally, I would go with, I'd go with Luke Kennard. I really think there's a strong argument for Jared Vanderbilt because of his hustle and defense and just how much ground he covers. But they probably go with Marcus Smart, which is okay, fine. LeBron and I mean, yeah, you could go with Hayes just because him and Hayes connection. So I don't hate that either, whether it's Hayes or Ayton. And then now Austin gets to continue to come off the bench, gets to continue to go against the bench units and stuff like that, where he's going to be able to thrive. It also makes it easier to scatter Luka, LeBron, and Reeves, right? Now you don't have to like, okay, well now we got to take, like, it's just simple. LeBron comes out at the, 7-minute mark. Austin Reeves comes in, Rui comes in. You do the little configurations, and, and then Kennard, what he does is he opens things up for Luka and LeBron, right? They can run their 2-man game. They can do their thing. Luke Kennard gives you that floor spacing, gives you that knockdown shooter. And I think that that's kind of the approach. And then you have that kind of defensive guy, that defensive anchor. I don't hate that. But again, it's the problem is I don't think that happens. I'd love for that to happen. And look, if Reeves is willing to buy into it, I think you at least have the conversation. Like, hey, Reeves, like, are you willing to do that this year? Right. Next year, obviously, you're going to be starting. You're going to start alongside Luka. It's going to be you and him long term. But at least this year, right, until, we figure out what's going to happen with LeBron, you kind of, it makes things easier. It makes everything fine. Ideally, I think that that's what they should do. I just don't think that they're going to do that personally. But again, thank you so much. Seriously, Cypher, this is very kind of you. I really appreciate that. All right. What's going on, Mr. 81? Appreciate you. How are you? Appreciate you. Lakers will trade Luke in the offseason to build around Leaves. Giannis. We need to play Kobe Buffkin. Yeah, I agree. I think you need to play. I understand. Like I said, I understand this game. You want to go and get the win. I get it. Sure. But I think you could have still done both. I think you could have trickled a couple guys in, right? You brought Kobe Buffkin in, like, see what he can do. I know he was more of a long-term signing, like, hey, this is a guy that we can have, for the foreseeable future. Somebody that has a ton of upside and potential, has been really good in the G League and stuff like that. So can that translate into the actual NBA? But you also, how do you know unless you play him? How do you find that out unless you consistently give him a role in minutes? So hopefully that's something that they end up doing. Edmund, what's going on? Hi, Tyler. I have a question. So let's say Lakers sign Peyton Watson and Tari Eason. Can they also sign and trade Austin Reeves and Vando for Giannis? Would that push them over the second apron? So if they're able to just sign them, I mean, it really would just depend on how much you were to get them both for. I mean, you can luckily you could sign and trade Austin Reeves for I think it's at most 42 million. Vando would get you there. Theoretically speaking, you could. I don't know if the Lakers would be able to sign Watson and Eason. It really just boils down to how what are they getting, right? Are you getting Peyton Watson for 18 million, or are you getting him for 28 million? Tari Eason, are you getting him for 15 million, or are you getting him for 25 million, right? Because then that's big differences, right? So really, it just depends on, unfortunately, Herb Jones's contract kicks in because in a perfect world, you could figure something out to where you could go get him at 14 million and then, do something like that. Realistically speaking, no, I don't think the Lakers would do that. It would probably push them into the aprons. Also, if any of those are a sign and trade or anything like that, then you wouldn't be able to do it because you would be hard kept at the first apron. So Lakers would have to essentially sign both outright, which both guys are restricted free agents, and then sign and trade Reeves. So again, it's unrealistic personally, but solid question. I appreciate you. JJ is not developing Adu nor Kobe at all. Again, Adu just got back. The Lakers have been overly cautious. I get Lakers want to. I don't want to jump too soon, right? I get Lakers wanted to get this win, sure. But I want to see at least Adu, right? Because he's exactly what this Lakers team needs. Exactly, right? Kobe, sure, right? Because he is, a 6'4", 6'5" guard, right? So it's kind of but Adu there with his size, his strength, his athleticism, all of that, right? Bare minimum, I think they need to find minutes for Adu, right? Kobe Buffkin, it's okay, who is he playing? Who are you giving minutes? Are you taking minutes from for him type thing? Because now you play Adu and Kobe, let's say 10 minutes each. That's 20 minutes that you have to take somewhere, right? So to me, it's just, but I would like to see them play ball. I would. I'm hoping the second half of the season, JJ leans into those young guys a little more. Again, I'm not saying you have to play them 30 minutes a night, but give them some level of consistency, some level of, playing time. LeGoat with the triple-double. Yes, he was its first one of the year, which is great. I hate Rob Pelinka. Fire him. Lakers are heading in purgatory. We're cooked. As long as Rob stays here, won't ever win a chip and waste Lucas Prime like he did AD and Braun. Get one chip in 6 years. Again, there's a lot of context in that's missing. Rob built the championship contender. He built the first one. And this is the first time since then that the Lakers have assets and cap space, right? Lakers haven't had that since the 2019 season where he built the title contender, right? If Rob fails to do what he needs to do this offseason, then sure, right? But I think it's at least worth mentioning. Also, again, AD and LeBron had a huge hand in essentially ruining any chance of them winning another championship. That Westbrook trade was them. They wanted it. They went to Jeannie. They had the meeting at LeBron's house. They pushed. They told Jeannie, this is what we both want. AD said he'd play the 5, right? And LeBron could be the 4. I'll be the 5. You can be the point guard. And Jeannie, who, again, Rob Pelinka was not the president of basketball operations at the time, right? He was, the GM, VP. Jeannie was the one that had to say. Jeannie was the one. Her and the Rambis family were the ones, right? So, again, that's not all on Rob. I know people like to blame Rob for it, but then Rob turned water into wine and went and got Buddy of the Mouse Turner. And again, Jeannie vetoed it. I still believe to this day, if Lakers pull off that trade, they won the championship that year, right? We already saw what they were able to do without those guys. You would have been much better matched up, much better equipped to take down Denver that year, right? And you still could have made other trades. You still could have done other things. You would have probably built the roster very differently. Again, I would give him this offseason. If he doesn't do what he's supposed to do this offseason, then yeah, I do think he needs to go. Let's see. A bunch of bums on that bench. Yes. Lakers definitely could use a little more bench scoring. I mean, I wouldn't say a bunch of bums because Reeves and Rui are on the bench, but definitely use some bunch of. I thought JJ kept the starters in a little too long at the end of the game. Yeah. The problem was Lakers kept letting them, kind of hover around, right? Which is also on the starters, right? If they would have blown that open, I think he would have pulled them out. But it's like they went up 18, and then immediately let them cut it to like 12 or whatever. So it's like, man, and there was still like 9 minutes left. Where I think if the Lakers would have pushed that to 25, I think they would have taken the starters out. But it's one of those things where it's like, it's like, man, you guys keep letting them, crawl back in, creep back in. Let's see. What happened to expiring contracts being so damn valuable? Weird how that changed. Not at all. I mean, they absolutely do. But look, I talked about it several times, right? Like the expiring contracts, you can make an argument are more valuable for the Lakers than anyone else, right? Like Lakers' whole plan is to go into the offseason and they'll have the most cap space in basketball, right? Like they could have anywhere from $48.5 million to $60 million, right? Like those expiring contracts are still valuable. I mean, we saw other teams make trades where those were still valuable. So it wasn't like it was a Laker thing. But again, unless like I'm not just trading my flexibility just to get random guys, right? Like it has to make sense. Like the Kennard thing made sense. You still maintain the flexibility. You bring him in. He's somebody that makes sense for now and beyond. It's not just somebody for that just solely this year. So you get a guy that fits for now and the future, but you also still maintain that cap flexibility, and you're probably signing him at or maybe slightly below what he's currently making. So to me, like that was a smart, good trade where they were able to get off of him, right? But again, expiring contracts are valuable when you're willing to take on salary. Lakers didn't want to take on salary, right? I mean, Rob said according to Rob, he turned down a bunch of trades. Yeah, he said himself, we had several options that we could have done, and we just decided to say no, right? Because they wanted to preserve the cap space. Because this offseason, Mark Walter is going to revamp the entire front office. So you don't want to have a bunch of salary, and now you can't do a bunch of things, right? Like the Lakers have a plan. Clearly, they have a plan. Mark Walter has a plan. Right now, we just have to see if that plan, comes to fruition enough for us to actually win a championship. This team could actually be a contender, but Austin and Vando have to start. Again, don't be surprised if come playoff time, the Lakers are really good at basketball. Right? This team is really good in a lot of areas that you need to have playoff success. And again, I wouldn't be shocked at all if the Lakers end up being just a really good basketball team come playoff time. Let's see. Sitcom coming out $2 super chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thoughts on the All-Star format? I don't hate it. I've actually talked about in past years that I think that they should do Team USA versus the world. They're kind of doing a multi-team format type thing, like a tournament style format, which I don't hate. We'll see. I'm willing to give it a chance. I still think you just keep it simple and just go Team USA versus the world, and you just have one versus the other. And we'll see. I don't know. Have they shown the jerseys yet for it? I know that they've had they know that we got like artist renditions or whatever, but like something that I've talked about in the past that I really think you go US versus the world, and I think every world player needs to have their flag front and center on their jersey, right? Because now it's not just a silly all-star game. It's not some silly thing. You're representing your country, and it is there front and center for the world to see, right? Do you really want to slack off and, play nonsense with that, right? Like to me, I think all the U.S. players have a big U.S. flag on their chest, and all the players from, from Serbia, boom, Serbian flag, right? Like so on and so forth, right? Like, and I think you kind of like lean into it, like, right? Like you're doing U.S. versus the world regardless, right? So lean into it, right? Like hey, this is your moment. Right? I wouldn't even hate if you made the jerseys the color of their like flags or whatever, right? Like to where it's like each player has their thing, and it's like really lean into it. Make this a like let's see who's better type thing. And if the US doesn't show up, guess what? You're getting ran through, right? Start to take some pride. Because you got to remember at the end of the day, these players are competitors. At the end of the day, these players, you give them, I mean, look at the in-season tournament, right? Like, it was looked at it like, this is just like a silly little gimmick. Are players even going to take it serious? But there was incentive. And guess what? They take it serious. Like those games are literally playoff games in the regular season. They've been great, right? Like to me, it's the same thing. You need to give these guys incentive. You need to basically force their competitive hand, right? Like put them in a position where it's like, hey, you're really not gonna show up, huh? Right? Like all of a sudden, I think you'll see them really kind of change the approach, right? If you want it to be competitive, I think you just really lean into that personally. But great question. I really appreciate that. Let's see, where was I? Here we go. Tyler, what would be Lakers' best path to the Western Conference Finals? Because I think it's Minnesota and Phoenix. Anybody else, we might have some trouble, and maybe not Minnesota. They won in 5 years. So, realistically speaking, because the problem is, unless the Lakers get like the 2 seed, they're probably not playing Phoenix or Minnesota, unless Minnesota, like, depending on things. Like, okay, let's look at it right here. Let me pull up the standings. So, right now, Lakers are the 5 seed. Half a game back of the 4 seed, a game and a half back of the 3 seed. So, to me, I think realistically, I'd like to see. Give me Houston, Spurs. Give me Houston and San Antonio. I think the Lakers beat Houston. Houston is not good. They're not good offensively. They're terrible in the half court. There's a blueprint to beating the Houston Rockets. And in crunch time, all you got to do is just trap KD, and it's like Houston has no idea. It's like the strangest thing. It's like Houston doesn't know how to play basketball anymore. And I actually think Houston is very beatable, like very, very beatable, right? Like I'm a little surprised if they even get out of the first round. So to me, I think Houston and San Antonio's Wemby would be a problem. Don't get me wrong. And as long as you can keep it playoff style basketball, I think the Lakers beat them. I think Lakers experience with Luka, LeBron, I think would be enough, especially those games I think will be close and will be tight. And I trust the Lakers to close that out. Like I trust Luka and LeBron in a playoff setting to close that game out over Wemby and, Wemby, I mean, it really be De'Aaron Fox and Stephon Castle more often than not. Like I just trust our guys more. I think realistic path, give me Houston and then San Antonio. And I think the Lakers get that done. Right. Like, so ideally that's what I'd like to see. But right now it looks like it'd be like Houston, then OKC, which that would be tough, but Kennard is such a high IQ player. He's better than I thought. Everyone was closing out to him. So he made elite drives and reads. He can't just jack up contested threes. I don't think he did anything wrong tonight. No, he didn't. Absolutely not. I'm not saying like just shot chucking. Like there's a difference between shot chucking and, taking calculated shots, right? Like if you can get, like there's times where he could have gotten a shot off, but he'll kind of just like, tack the close out, right? Make the right read, which again, is the right read. It's the right play. But again, he is so good shooting the basketball. It's like, get your shot up, right? I just personally would like to see him be a little more aggressive on the offensive side of things. This is the first game where everyone played good defense. Yeah, they were really invested, locked in. Kennard, 7 rebounds. Love it. Love it. LeBron was guarding Max Christie so hard whenever they switched on him. Feels like I'm the only one that knows. I mean, Christie, you can tell Christie wanted to punish the Lakers, right? Like, I mean, he started off every time he plays the Lakers, kid has a great game. And you could tell like they wanted to kind of punish him, right? Like it was great to see. Surely JJ will understand that Reeves is most effective off the bench. I mean, he is, but again, there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes. You know, he's in a contract year. He's trying to get the most money, right? Like, you know, and you got to be looking at the Giannis rumors and stuff like that, going like, there's a chance I could get and end up getting signed and traded in the offseason. And I don't want, you know, whoever, Chicago, be like, yeah, well, we don't want to pay you $40 million. He came off the bench. His agent probably doesn't want that. You know, like, you know, I don't think the Lakers would not pay him. But if you're an agent, you're telling Reeves like, hey, that's probably not the best decision, right? You're really counting on them to still wanting to do that, right? Like, Tyler, do you think Lakers, if they make the playoff rotation, will go 10 deep or 9? And who is the man out? I mean, Rui, Jake, Vando, Hayes, Luke out. Of all those guys, I think Vando could be the odd man out bad. I think JJ will go 10, but I think he will kind of cut down minutes for like, so my guess is you get Luka, Austin Reeves, Marcus Smart, LeBron James, and DeAndre. That's your starting 5. And then Luke Kennard, Rui Hachimura, and Jackson Hayes minimum are the guys that are playing. I think Jake LaRavia and I think Jared Vanderbilt, I think you'll see their minutes get cut, right? Like Jake's playing around, 30 minutes a night or 25 to 30 minutes a night. I could see him around 20, and I could see Jared Vanderbilt, he's getting, anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes. I could see him around like 12, somewhere in that range. So I think JJ will still go the 10, but I think I think matchups will be very important, right? Like I could still see Kleba getting a little bit of run, assuming he's not bought out and Lakers bring somebody else in. I could see Kleba maybe still getting some run in spots. But my guess is JJ goes 10, because even last year he tried to go deep, right? He tried to play, 10 guys and stuff like that, but then, guys just weren't playing to the level, and he ended up just kind of going the extreme. So my guess is he'll try that again. He'll try to go, hey, here's my 10 guys, and certain guys will kind of get their minutes cut maybe in half type thing. It's so obvious that Luka, Braun, and Reeves can't start together. It's so blatant. Yeah. But again, there's a lot of, just things behind the scenes, right? Like, again, if Reeves wasn't in a contract year, I think they would be like, hey, buddy, need you off the bench this year. But, now all of a sudden his agent's calling, and it's a mess, and it's just, bad. Like, I love Vando. I don't want him to be the odd man out. It's tough, but I guess Jake maybe. My guess, like I said, I think that they'll probably cut their minutes more than like, they're not going to play at all. Like I don't think, especially Vando is so impactful in Vando's best in like injections, which is what I think JJ will do, right? Like what you want come playoff time, you want to play Vando like 12 minutes a night, and you want him just like in 3-minute bursts of like, I need everything, right? I need you going 110 miles an hour for 3-minute bursts, right? And so that's what I think ends up happening. Now he'll kind of just like, like Vando will play like, 5 minutes here, and then like 3 minutes here. And then so I think it'll be more kind of like, you kind of just inject him in areas. It's not that LeBron, Luka, and Austin can't start together. It's Vando needs to start with them. Personally, I think that's a real argument. Just again, how much ground he covers, how good defensively he is, particularly out on the perimeter. Last thing. Thanks for your good content. Thank you. Seriously, I appreciate that. I miss Max Christie. He is cooking in Dallas. He really is, and he's a player this team needs exactly. Yeah, he's a great shooter and defender. I wish we could traded someone else. Yeah, I mean, I'm right there with you. It sucks. Again, you got Luka, so you can't really be too mad about it, but it's one of those things. They showed some new screen footage at the showing of Weathery Heights. I'll have to check that out. Thank you. And revealed him during the call. They revealed him. Yeah. Okay. I appreciate that. Thank you. I'll have to go check that out. Let's see. Yeah, teams are scared to leave him open. Yeah, 1,000%. They're literally glued to him. AR going to disappear once the playoffs is here, and who the Lakers going to depend on, LeBron and Luka. I hope not. Obviously, that's definitely a fear. I agree. But he's also been he's been very good this year, and he's been a lot more consistent, which has been what's been my biggest gripe the last few years with Austin Reeves, his lack of consistency, right? The problem is he's very inconsistent the last few years. This year, he's been a lot more consistent. He's been a lot more crafty. I don't know. I'm hoping this year is a lot kind of closer. Spurs? Yeah, I think the Lakers beat the Spurs, if that's what you're referring to. Lakers have 3 closers. Yes, absolutely. Which is why, I don't think it's a coincidence that they have 3 closers and they're the best crunch time team in basketball. We could sign Lukovic and have Luka, and Lukey. Let's see, I can't stand Asian Muslim. Spurs going to give Lakers help. Who on the Lakers is going to slow down Fox and Victor, especially if they both drop 30 in the playoffs? Again, a lot of the Spurs offense comes from transition and obviously Wemby. When you're playing them, you're De'Aaron Fox, you're essentially packing the paint, right? San Antonio is not a good 3-point shooting team, right? They have their games, they have their moments, they have their stretches, but they're not a good 3-point shooting team. You're keeping Fox out of the mid-range area. And also, if you're packing the paint, now Wemby has to become more of a jump shooter, and you just trust Wemby, even if he gives you 40, that you can at least contain everyone else enough, right? Again, you're not going to lose games just on Fox and Wemby, right? The advantages that the Spurs have are they just are very deep. They are very young. They get out in transition. They push the pace and all that stuff. But you got to think the playoffs slows down. Court shrinks, right? Teams are much more aggressive at, protecting the rim, packing the paint, making little microaggressions, things like that. Mitch Johnson, again, he has some questions about adjustments, particularly second half adjustments, right? Spurs love to blow leads, and they love to give up big quarters, particularly in the second half, right? Spurs have, again, they're a very young team that has concerns. Wemby, don't get me wrong, is absolutely going to be a handful. And he'll be fine in the playoffs because he's been in the gold medal game against Team USA Avengers. But you do your best to contain him. You trust and understand that, hey, he's going to go and he's going to have his monster games, but you keep everybody else intact. Also, Fox, you don't have a ton of great sample sizes with him come playoff time. Right? He was a little shaky in playoff time. So, let's see. Yo, Tyler, what's up? Good win. Yes, this is a great win. How are you? I hope you're doing well. And yeah, again, got a win right before the All-Star break. And I kind of, again, take a little bit of a breather. Lakers need to do something different. Get rid of LeBron. I don't think LeBron sticks around personally. The new head coach will be Snoop Dogg. What's going on? How are you? Let's see. Luke's going to average over 200 points this season. I mean, he shoots well enough. What's up, man? Hate we punting this year, but I do think it's the best option. Hopefully we capitalize this summer. I mean, yeah, I don't like, again, I really, and look, I could be wrong. Maybe they're terrible and they get swept in the first round. I wouldn't be shocked if the Lakers are actually good come playoff time. This team is really good in a lot of areas that you need to be good in come playoffs. Very good. You know, their best fourth quarter team, best fourth quarter defense, best crunch time team, best crunch time. I mean, look at the Minnesota and Denver series, right? As bad as they were for the Lakers were in every one of those games. Every single one of them. Every one of those games, the Lakers could have won, but they couldn't close, right? They couldn't close those games. This year, Lakers have been really good at closing games. And you got to keep in mind, the last 3 years, we haven't had a healthy LeBron, right? Like, I think LeBron will be much more aggressive come playoff time because he's probably looking at like, dude, I only got so many more chances, right? I feel bad. Lakers never get Jeremy Sohan. Rob Pelinka should have waited. Jeremy Sohan, I don't know if he comes to Lakers. He's going to play a big role for New York. And New York really was. So New York tried to trade for him. They made several offers to San Antonio, and San Antonio rejected him because they didn't want to take, they would have had to take on Gershon Yabusele, which I don't understand. He would have been great for them, and they really need help at the power forward spot, which he could have been. And he has chemistry with Wemby. And they rejected it. And now Sohan ends up going to the Knicks for free. So I think he was always going to the Knicks. Supposedly there were 10 teams trying to get Jeremy Sohan, and he went to the one team that was most aggressive to try to trade for him. Right? I don't think that that's a coincidence. So I think the Lakers probably wouldn't have gotten him regardless. Will Luka return after the All-Star break against the Clips? He should. He's expected to play in the All-Star game, and I do imagine that that he'll be back. How you doing, buddy? I'm doing well. Thank you. I appreciate you. I hope you're doing well as well. Lakers win, so you're probably feeling good. You were one of those people that lets the game outcome affect your life. Definitely not that crazy, but like I said, I try to keep a level head, but obviously I'm a fan, so when Lakers lose, it's usually frustrating. Like and subscribe, fellas. You're the latest Lakers news. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Are you a PlayStation or Xbox guy? I am a PlayStation guy. I am a PlayStation. They were trying to get LeBron the triple double. They were, dude. Austin Reeves snatched that rebound, and you could just see LeBron just like it was right there for him. Let's see. Did you watch the PlayStation State of Play today? It was 2-3 streams of all time. Gotta be. I did not. I have not. Unfortunately, I'm not a big gamer. Personally, bro, you should do reaction videos to new movies and game trailers if you can. So I have. So my first channel I ever made, which some people in this chat know, is Fate Decided, where I actually talk about movies and stuff like that. But I actually wouldn't have this channel if it wasn't for that channel. But I'm not a big gamer. Like I never really have been. I was always, when I was growing up, I was in the gym all day. I was playing basketball all day, hanging out with my people, right? Like just hooping, right? Like that was my life. Like I didn't really, I'd play games on occasion, stuff like that. But like, I've never been one of those people that like, sits there and like plays for hours. Like I might, play for like an hour or something like that. Or like if you came over, we hung out and you're like, hey, let's play some 2K. Like I'll play for like an hour or whatever. But I've always just been a very active person. Now I don't have time. Like it's no shot. I've had people be like, dude, you should play 2K and like stream and do all that stuff. And I'm just like, I don't know where, I just don't know where to have the time, to be honest, between like making videos, working. I got kids, I got a wife, I got, my life's pretty hectic, and I like to be active. I like to play with my kids and run and chase and, play sports. And, while I'm young and spry and before they grow up and don't want to play with dad anymore. Right. Like, Oh, what's going on, Legends? How are you? Appreciate you as always. Yo, keep up the great work. Well, I appreciate you. Likewise, keep doing what you do. I do. I appreciate you. The play-in tournament was a great idea, Tyler. I agree. Yes, 1,000%. It really was. And I was a little iffy, if I'm being honest. I didn't know how I felt about that. It is a great idea. You are brave, AF, to want to take on those teams, but I think I agree, honestly. I really do. Like, again, I'm not saying that the Lakers would just run through those teams, and I'm not saying those teams can't beat the Lakers. They absolutely can beat the Lakers. I like the matchup. I really do. Spurs are my pick for championship favorite. Hey, look, they've been very good. They very well could. Very well could. There's a lot of things that they're not very good at that usually doesn't bode well historically come playoff time. Spurs are going to beat Houston and Lakers. Nobody playing defense on Victor or Fox. And then we got the other guys can step up. Again, like I said, once you get to the playoffs, there's a lot of things that, it's almost a different sport, right? Like, playoffs and regular season are very, there's a lot of things that you can do and get away with and win consistently with in the playoffs that you can't do in the regular season, right? Again, we heard a lot of the same stuff with Jaren Jackson Jr. and Ja Morant, and Lakers handled them pretty quickly. Again, these young teams get drunk and sleep good, buddy. Tyler is the best Lakers content creator. Thank you. I really do appreciate that. Seriously. I'd rather have six-man Braun than AR. Braun just does so much more, right? He's better defensively when he's locked in and engaged. He's the better player, right? Like LeBron, you do, and he plays well off of him. So where's water is wet. You think LeBron retires, comes back to Lakers cheaply, or goes to another team for less? I think it depends on if it's his last year or not. If it's if he's considering next year to be his last year, I think he goes to Cleveland. I'm almost positive he goes to Cleveland. I think he'll finish his final year. I think he'll finish in Cleveland. I think as far as him staying with the Lakers, I think it depends on a couple things. I think one, it depends on how the Lakers do this year, right? What if the Lakers get to the conference finals? And he's like, man, we get to the conference finals in the East. If I stay and play for $15 million, it's probably enough for us to really build out a true contender and maybe go win the championship next year. Or I think LeBron will kind of see, let's say the Lakers go get whatever, Tari Eason and, Nick Claxton, right? And then signs Keon Ellis and another guy. And LeBron's like, oh, they could still use a 4, right? I could kind of continue to play in that third role. I think if LeBron thinks the Lakers, I could be the piece that puts this team over the top, I think he stays. I think there's a couple factors that go into it. I don't think it's as black and white as it is right now, but again, we'll see. Time will tell. I just got a Jack in the Box ad, and that place is good. Yeah, Jack in the Box is awesome. Said San Antonio win the last they were in the playoffs 7 years ago. Reeves with 24 OU in the gym. I hope so. The guy is an NBA All-Star. It'd be a little embarrassing. I don't know. If depends on the rules that we play. All right, give me a couple reps. I think I get a bucket on them. I think I could get one. I'd be so excited for your reaction to see these game trailers they released today. Your reaction would be funny at least. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. And like I said, it's nothing about it. Obviously my boys are huge gamers and all they do is play games, stuff like that. They want to kind of get into the YouTube space. Obviously dad does it. So, it's just, it's one of those things where I'm it's never really been my thing, personally. Braun is 17-7 versus Kobe. Has more points, assists, rebounds, blocks, steals, finals MVPs. Braun clears Kobe. Braun never was Robin from day one. He was Superman. Is that a response to somebody? I have no idea. I have no idea what that's coming from. Gabe would go 0-0-0 tonight. I'm glad we have Luca. Agreed. But I got to the end of the chat, so I'm gonna skate on out of here. Like I said, I'll get a couple live streams in for us to just talk and hang out and stuff like that. Before we get back to the post game streams. Not sure when yet, but I'll try to. Like I said, I'll try to. We got like a week, right? So we got some time. But anyway, I appreciate you guys. Everyone that gave me super chat, seriously, thank you so much. It helps me out a ton. Everyone that just hung out with me. You guys are beautiful. Like I said, it helps me out a ton. On your way out, please hit that like button for me. Hit that subscribe button for me. And I will see you guys soon. See you guys in a day or so. You guys are awesome. Peace.